To the second session of today. The focus, of course, today is around innovation in the space and the opportunities that we can take advantage of. In a moment, I'll be introducing you to Nozipho Ntshingila, who's the Regional Technical Manager for the Railway Safety Regulator, who will take us through the next set of speakers. And there's some wonderful, wonderful topics that they'll be speaking to. The first one is going to be on ways to improve safety to tread-braked railway solutions, and that will be taking us all the way to Italy to hear what is best practice in that market. We'll then hear from Rolf Alberts, who's with Gear Rail in South Africa, around how we can curb theft and vandalism and how we can maintain train safety and circulation in the South African railways. We'll then hear from Mr. Mboneni Malwatsi, who's with PRASA, about use of blended technology to improve workplace training in the railway industry. And then we'll have a co-presentation on the wireless power transfer in smart rail sensor networks. So a lot of what is going to come to your attention now for the rest of the day is very much around the space in innovation. As always, we invite you to please make use of the Discuss tab on your platform to pose any and all conversations. And I do like how people are also talking to one another on that sort of Discuss tab, people greeting each other. Unfortunately, because of COVID-19, we are not able to meet in person. And it was interesting being backstage with the previous session and listening to the gentleman saying, "Hey, I haven't seen you in 18 months. We miss that, don't we? We miss that gathering around a same venue that will enable us to connect with one another, to catch up, to exchange ideas, and obviously, conceive new solutions to some of the challenges that we are hearing. What's lovely about this conference this year is the fact that we are being inspired. I mean, to reflect on the presentation by Virginie a moment ago, where there's technology that they're developing where the autonomous vehicles will be stopped by technology when there is a train oncoming as they're approaching a smart crossing. If you look at the number of people who have died and number of incidents reported around crossing levels, it would make sense, right, that we can turn to technology and design systems in order for us to address those issues. So it's very much inspirational in many ways, and I like that we bring about solutions to immediate and urgent issues because we still have those to address. We still need to ensure a safe, clean, efficient service to the people of South Africa and the region. While we're doing that, why not dream big and find out what the future potential is going to be? Also, please do use the polls tab on the platform to obviously rate each of our speakers. In just under 2 hours, I'll be announcing who the best speaker of the day has been, and it will all be determined by you. So there's a rating of 1 to 6 per speaker, with obviously different descriptors to each of the numbers. And the speaker that gets the highest aggregate rating is the one who will receive a wonderful prize from the regulator at the end of the day. So in a moment, hopefully, I'll be able to introduce you to Nozipho Ntshingila, who is the Regional Technical Manager for Railway Safety Regulator, in order, of course, to have us go through the second session of the day and use that discuss function to try and pose as many of your questions as is possible. As we saw in the previous session, should we not be in a position where we answer all of your calls, we'll certainly invite the panelists to then go to a lounge, one of the tables, and direct you to that table should you want a little bit of one-to-one time. Nozipho, I think you are now ready to take us on for this second session of day 2 of the 2021 annual Railway Safety Conference. It's lovely to have you on the platform. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Africa. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be chairing the second session, which is under the sub-theme 2, Innovation in a Changing Railway. As the adage goes, the only thing that is constant is change. Similarly, the rail environment is not different. South Africa, and in particular the railway industry, is not immune to these changes. As this substance focuses on the ability to innovate in order to respond to the ever-changing rail environment while keeping safety a top priority. The use of technology is pertinent to the survival of rail. This is to ensure that our rail infrastructure and service is not overtaken by events and left behind. Synchronization of the technology is also important to allow for interoperability among different operators, both on a domestic and international front. The technology assists in fast-tracking the government's vision of integrating various transport modes and having intermodal facilities, offering a turnkey transport service where rail exists in harmony with other transport modes. At the forefront of these changes is technological development, which have changed the way we do our business. Some of the various technological changes and innovations: the digital revolution. We have real-time monitoring and analysis of trains. We are talking black box, which can give you a full analysis of a train trip. Drones technology, which can be used to conduct inspections of the rail infrastructure and rolling stock. Obviously, not forgetting using it as an additional security by offering a view of trespassers or other threats to the rail system. Driverless trains. In other parts of the world, driverless trains are already a reality. We've just heard of a smart level crossing, which is an interface of the trains and the motor vehicle. We've heard how other countries have innovated an approach to cap the level crossings occurrences with the use of this technology. We've also heard of how operators like BOC has come up with an app tool to deal with the overcrowding of trains. We've also heard of the importance of how we should consider the human factor related matters at an early stage, which is the design phase. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 4 speakers that will be taking us through this session. I would like to introduce the very first of our speakers, who will then take us through. His name is Mr. Alberto Ronchi. I hope I've spelled that correctly. He'll be taking us through his presentation in the thermostability, the way to improve safety for tread-braked railway solution. He's a graduate in mechanical engineering. He started working in Lucini, RS, as a railway component designer, and is a railway division chief designer since 2012. Together with the railway division design team at Lucini, he has taken care of the design of wheel sets. He takes care of design of wheel sets, wheels and axles according to the relevant international and national standard. Various European and non-European customers, of the preparation of maintenance manuals and operating procedure, and of the performance of RAMs analysis on the products designed by Lucini RS. And during his experience in Lucini, he has been involved in, among other activities, in the design of several wheel sets for the Chinese high-speed fleet, and in the development of many of the thermostable wheel solutions defined and technically homologated by Lucini. On behalf of UNIFE, since June 27, he is a member of the Joint Network Secretariat Task Force Broken Wheels. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome Mr. Alberto Ronchi. Say you are welcome to the platform. We have 20 minutes for the presentation and 5 minutes for the questions. You are encouraged to post your questions on the discussion panel, and do not forget to rate each speaker as they finish.